is Priya here and I welcome you to the South Indian Cuisines channel. Today we are going to see how to make mutton curry. Basically a South Indian recipe is what I'm going to show. So it's a very easy yet tasty recipe, a bit time consuming, but let's look at the ingredients. I've taken mutton 1 kg, ginger and garlic, curry leaves, coconut milk powder about 4 teaspoons, tomatoes 2, garam masala powder 1 tablespoon, turmeric powder 1 teaspoon, coriander powder 4 tablespoons and red chili powder 2 tablespoons. The garam masala items: cumin seeds 1/4 teaspoon, fennel seeds 1/4 teaspoon, cinnamon sticks 2 inches 2 numbers, cloves 4, star anise 1, nutmeg about half and salt. Shallots I've taken about 200 grams and green chilies 4. Castor oil and stone flour about 1 teaspoon. Castor oil we use to basically make the meat tender while cooking, and it also helps in digestion. In a pan I am taking the meat. Let's add the turmeric powder, castor oil. I've taken about in the cap of the bottle I've taken about 1/4 of the cap, and I've just sprinkled around the meat. I've added the salt, and now let's pressure cook it with little water. I've taken about half glass of water. I'm adding the ginger garlic paste to this, and let's pressure cook it for about 8 whistles on medium flame. So when we open this pan, you can see when you anyway we are going to cook it for some more time. Still the meat is almost well done. Definitely the castor oil is going to add in tenderizing the meat. If you can marinate and keep it beforehand for about an hour, it will add in cooking the meat faster. So I've transferred the cooked meat to another vessel, and in the same pan I am taken about 3 tablespoons of oil, and I am adding all the garam masala items to this. Once the pan is heated, let's add the shallots and the green chilies. The green chilies have been slit. Let's add and saute it for some time till the onions turn translucent. I've added the stone flour. Like I've mentioned earlier also, stone flour helps also in digestion and in reducing any sort of gastric issues. So it is generally used with meat to help in digestion. I've added little more turmeric powder now, and let's saute it for some time. The stone flour by itself adds flavor to the dish, so it's very much appreciated to have stone flour in meat dishes. Let's add some more salt to help cook the onions faster. Let's add the curry leaves to this. The onions are almost done, so the garam masala go in, the powder. Let's keep stirring it. The cut tomatoes go in. Let's add a little curd to this. This is totally optional. It depends on whether you want a little of a tangy taste to this or not. So let's add a little curd. The coriander powder goes in, and the chili powder, and let's saute it. All the masalas coming together is giving out a wonderful aroma, and definitely it's very inviting. Let's add little water to this to get it to the right consistency for the tomatoes to give out the puree. And now let's pour only the soup of the cooked meat to this. At this stage we will not add the pieces because we want all the tomatoes to, all the puree to come out and for all the masalas to cook together first to a gravy. So let's just keep the lid closed and let it cook. Meanwhile, let's prepare the coconut milk. To the coconut powder, I have added like about a quarter glass of warm water. Now this depends on the thickness of the curry you want. If you want it more thick, you can add lesser warm water to this. I have made it like almost like when you are making coconut milk, the second coconut milk that you take, I have made it to that consistency. Now you see the gravy is almost getting done. Let's add the meat, cooked meat to this. Let's mix it well, and then again we'll close the lid and put the whistle on and cook it on low flame for about 10 minutes. We'll not worry about the number of whistles coming out or anything like that. We are going to just leave it on low flame for 10 minutes so that the meat and all the masalas come in together. So after 10 minutes, the curry is almost ready except for the final addition of the coconut milk. I would say you should definitely give this recipe a try because it's not very complicated with the masalas and things like that, but yet it is quite tasty, and definitely I'm sure you'll go for a second serving. Let's mix the coconut milk well and just allow it to come to a boil, because after adding coconut milk we will not allow it to boil for long, otherwise the coconut milk's flavor will be lost. So this is it. It has just started to get into a boil. Now we'll put off the stove and remove it from the stove. Your mutton curry is ready to be served. Guys, do try this recipe and let me know how you like it. This curry will be a great accompaniment for idlis, dosas, appams, idiyappams, or even plain white rice. Do try, and if you like, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.